In this game, Przemek took black, Danyl took white. Joseki, and after this Joseki, it's most common to immediately go out. We shouldn't really wait with it. Just go like this. Maybe white plays here, and then maybe you peep, maybe you jump. A fight. Because if you don't play here, then white has a very comfortable move on the bottom, which gets rid of the Agi, playing here. So this combination of two moves is better for white than playing the more common Joseki and then looking for any other move which would capture black stones, get rid of the Agi. This is not so powerful as playing Atari first and then this very interesting jump. Black cannot run because of a ladder. So it's good to know that beautiful move of white, and because of that, if you play black in this situation, you should rather run out immediately. But black doesn't, and then white plays from the side of the stones where there is a weakness. This makes sense. Black invades, also probably thinking about that weakness. White goes from the top. I'm a bit surprised with an attachment because it strengthens black. But at this point, I think that white had a very good opportunity to not engage in this fight happening around here, but take the correct direction of play. Play on the bottom side. So like get rid of the Agi, simply push from top. Play like this, like that, and then I guess this move is necessary, right? Then black is able to connect the stones, and black probably should do it, but white's influence is quite magnificent. However, in the game, white prefers to split black, but this is risky because of the Agi on the bottom. Black goes out, and then white gets rid of the Agi, and black gets sent to attack white. White played the crosscut. This was very aggressive. Well, white can fight this way. Of course, black is happy to get this Hane in center, and the fight will not be bad for black. But I think that white also can fight like this. And after this move, it's kind of all in. Black's go up was a center move, and then, yeah, a weak point of white's shape. If white answers, black simply encloses white, and the game starts looking very risky for white. Black managed to enclose white, and yeah, maybe white will even die. This move of black was not necessary. It was possible to play simply here. This way, black would not leave Agi in his shape, and I don't think that white can win this capturing race, though, well, it's not very obvious, but just looking at it, it seems to me that black should have more liberties. Yeah, like this, black wins by 1 liberty plus a cost, so 1.5 liberty kind of. And in the game, black played here to take away the liberty, but it unnecessarily leaves cutting points on the outside. So white plays this cut, and now black is also under some pressure. Black decided to add a move, otherwise white goes out, and yeah, not sure how it is going to finish, but it's certainly risky. Is this center? Who knows? So in the game, black plays calmly, but then yeah, white can already attack black. Maybe white could play from the outside, but not sure who has more liberties. Maybe this is the best move. White cannot play this now because of the cut. And if white plays like this, then black should win the capturing race. Yeah, unfortunately for white, still it seems that black wins the capturing race. In the game, white played such a move first, and yeah, tries to live locally. I don't know why black didn't continue. White will not enclose black now because yeah, first of all, it doesn't work. Black can go out. Second of all, black can play here. So yeah, let's just play here and maybe later play on the outside. But first, okay, now white can still live. Can we play somehow in center, not giving white life? Because here white cannot really enclose us. We first play this one, then that. I think it might have been possible for black to really kill the whole group of white. But black chose the calm way. Black played this one instead and let white kill the left side. But indeed, black gains really a lot on the top side, and the position is good for white. For black. This was more or less white's area, and white got a lot here, but black got not less on the top side, which wasn't supposed to be black's in the first place. So black chose a simple way, and black is satisfied with it. Yeah, white runs out. I think that this is the proper move. It creates an eye. The second eye can be very easily made, but for now, of course, try to go out. After this move, black immediately hits the weak point of white's shape, obviously. And yeah, white tries to counter it with an interesting move. I think that black should simply connect. This exchange doesn't change much. Still, black is safe and white is not. White is thin everywhere. But after this exchange, it becomes a bit interesting for white. White can consider going here and here, but then black pushes through. So that's not ideal, but maybe we can prepare somehow. And if we are to prepare, we can consider this move. Then black can simply go back, I see. In the game, white goes up. Yes, also a good idea. Still, the weakness is there in black's shape. Sooner or later, black will be forced to add a move here. So this was an unnecessary way of leaving a weakness behind by black. But yeah, this what white played in the game didn't really work. So white managed to cut off the stones in the center, but lost the whole top side, which is unfortunate because after this move, the marked stones of black are not very strong. It's important to connect those stones of white, therefore. And in the game, white tries to find a combination here, but black simply cuts everything off. Well played by white. By black. White still tries to run, but the group is quite heavy, and yeah, it doesn't threaten any black group. Yeah, it's difficult to run with such a group. Now white plays an Atari, and black doesn't take the tail for some reason. Black gives away white the tail of the group. I don't understand this decision, because after this move, first of all, it's quite a few points. Second of all, it's possible to make an eye on the top side. And third of all, which is maybe the most important, black is now not safe. Black will need to take care of the group on the top side. Otherwise, black can just simply play here and there. I think it's a better fight for black than this one. Black attacks white's group as a whole. And white should go through, certainly, because white splits black stones, and the stones around here are not yet completely safe. And white breaks into black's moya, and white's group is also completely safe if it is out. So this was necessary to go through. Instead, white tried to find weakness in black's shape. This is not a bad choice when we are in a difficult position. But black answered to that attack of white in a very mature way. So first, black plays from the top, and then white pulls out his Tesuji. This attachment and cut. And this is quite well played, because black cannot capture white like this. Also, the stone on the other side has no problem with living. So instead, black plays from the bottom, but... actually, it would be all right now for black to simply enclose white, though black might die on the inside. But let's look at what happens in the game. Black crawls, White plays here. Black might crawl once more, but doesn't really want to do it. Prefers to split white to cause trouble to white. But at this stage, well, it becomes quite risky. It becomes a semi between white's group and black's group. Maybe it was better now to play here, let white run, and close white and force white to make life on the inside. Yeah, maybe this was a better idea. But the idea from the game is also very, very worth praise, because yeah, we could have done it in the first place to just enclose white. But at this stage, black decides to enclose white, even though the group on the inside is a bit thin. I mean, has not many liberties and cannot live. Black tries. This was not necessary. It was better to take away liberties. Maybe best with this move. But yeah, black tries to make life. White kills black. Locally, black is dead. And then black decides to, all right, just we died, so let's get something from it. Let's get stones on the outside. And even though white answers, and white answers in the sharpest manner, doesn't start to take away black's liberties right away, but takes an additional profit before that, still, the influence which black got, this is another center move for black, the influence which black got is quite amazing. So it might seem that white won the fight and white should be good. White captured black's group, saving two groups of his. And indeed, I think that the fight went well for white, but if we look at the game, black is still good in this game. At the end of the day, white captured 10 stones, which is 20 points, plus here an additional, let's say, 5 points. So 25, 35, 45, 50, 60, plus Komi. And black has 15, maybe with this 25, here additional 20, 45, and this can be easily 15 points and still a big influence, a big potential. So in fact, black is better in this game, in my opinion. Black is strong enough. So well, I like the fact that black didn't go crazy when the group on the top died, but yeah, probably black could have played that fight better. And I believe that playing such moves only loses liberties. It would have been better to play this, then maybe black could even capture white and finish the game quite early. But in the actual game, we see this sacrifice, and then black builds the Moyo, and we see this strongest move, locally strongest move. I commented it quite a lot during the review of the game between Marianna and Piotrek, so you can also check out that review, though that one is in Polish. And there apparently this move was better, but usually this move is stronger. And yeah, if white connects, this is very, very good for black. The only sharp answer of white is to play here, and then, well, we can play like this, but it's not really sharp. The sharp answer is to continue with an Atari. Then black cuts and we capture, and usually black cannot play this call. Black needs to answer, and then we can push, and in this case probably make life. Oh, let's play closer because the group is really thin, and make life. This would be not a bad result for white, though black still has a potential on the bottom, quite a big one. However, maybe on this board white cannot afford it because black has such a huge threat. And where is black's threat? Black doesn't have any white's threat. White doesn't have any comparable threats. Can we give away that one? Of course, we gain super much by getting a double Ponuki, but we die with a lot of stones, and we will need to still add a move to live with that other group of ours. So I think we would need to count points because we indeed gain a lot on this con. It's like black has 10, 20, 30, 45 at least, 60, and here we counted another 20, so 80 points for black, and white has 25, 35, 50, 40 plus Komi. Well, white needs to somehow get 30 points around here. That's not a good game for white. I don't think white has good chances now, especially that black has sent. Yeah, so that's not acceptable. So unfortunately, we couldn't play this ko. And because of that, white chooses a different move. White plays around here, but then black simply captures very comfortably. That's very painful. But what can we do? Well, in such case, it's better to leave it alone and just play here. If black plays that one, we can later play this Atari and go back to the same result, but we can also choose other moves, which might be better. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't change much, but then if white ended up connecting like this, it's really not good. In this situation, at least play the shape. The shape is here. And of this call, you don't really need to be this afraid, I think. Or you just play around here. Actually, black risks a bit that one day white manages to cut off the group in the center. So yeah, this is a bad shape. If your group is thin, you shouldn't play such heavy shapes. You shouldn't connect solidly such stones. So now white struggles to live. All right, white managed, but in fact, black didn't need much from this game. Just secured all his save points, all his territories. Even gave up 2 stones here on the bottom, but still black had a big advantage. This is an interesting moment. Always don't forget to think about an option to surprise your opponent in the monkey jump variations and go for their territory. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to work in this shape, but yeah, still it's good to not forget that such options exist and sometimes they can save you a game. Here, unfortunately, it didn't work, so white played a peaceful move, but then white had less points and black won by 10 points. Yeah, so this is all about this game, and we will move to the next one.